Stay a while and listen.
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquiggums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I started my early access coverage of Iratus, Lord of the Dead. It is by Unfrozen and Data Lake Entertainment and releases today, July 24th, 2019, into Steam Early Access. I did some coverage of this, I think, about maybe a couple of months ago, something along those lines. I just did it's a brutally tough game, and well, you'll see why soon enough. I'm hoping that they actually made it easier because, like, I really got wrecked bad. So we'll see. Anyhow, we're going to hop in. We're going to see the opening cinematic, and then we are going to return. And once we return, we're going to start up the game, and, well, we'll see what's going on. So, I'll be right back.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Inevitably, heroes shall emerge. So, I was made dead. Again. But what does death really mean for somebody who has mastered it? Boredom. An eternity to ponder my errors and how close I came to victory. I am a mortal, but when this world ends, even I will know oblivion. And so, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
Okay, so a second chance, fate smiles all over it. Necromancer Man, let's get started. As you can see, I did a little bit of testing there. I actually think I'm on an older version even. All right, so we're gonna delete that and we're starting fresh, guys and gals. Ooh, I don't know if they had difficulties or no, I guess they did because you have to start with the easiest one. Anyway, we're probably gonna play through the tutorial just so you guys get kind of a rough idea what's going on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe we'll play through, I don't know. We'll see how much the game has to offer, and then we'll decide from there where we want to go as we play. But it's definitely going to be more than one episode, guys and gals, so don't you fret, do not fear. We will see what's going on. Alright, tutorial time. Reteach me all that I have forgotten. Which, I did recently test it, so I had forgotten some, but I didn't realize, so we'll see. Okay, Minion abilities. Each Minion has 5 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability. To use an ultimate ability, you need a special resource. It's called Wrath. I don't know where Wrath is located here. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Alright, and these are the different spaces. So you have first, second, third, and fourth, front line, back line, you get the idea, and then enemy spaces. Minion's enemies can use certain abilities only from specific positions with specific targets. Alright. So it looks like first up in the turn order is our Skelly boy here, Mr. Skeleton. I don't know. Oh, this probably fills up. That makes sense. Okay, so we have 2 options right now available to us. An unassuming strike, physical damage, deals 80%, 14 to 15 damage, and it ignores armor. This guy doesn't look like he's very heavily armored, nor does this guy, but we also have Smite. Does 8 to 10 damage and attacks twice, dealing 50%. So 2 attacks dealing, we'll just say 8. So 16, or 1 attack dealing, I mean, it could go up to 20. So 16 to 20. Yeah, we're gonna smite this guy. All right, you can do that from any of the front 3 rows. This one you can do from any of the front 2. So we are going to smite you. Alright, damage. Physical and magical damage reduce the target's vigor, which I guess is this little heart-looking thing, or just check mark, whatever it is. Igniting. A target will deal magical damage multiple times over the course of a few turns. Stress damage decreases the sanity of the target. Cursing a target will deal stress damage multiple times over the course of a few turns, and critical hits by your minions decrease enemies' sanity. Enemy critical hits will increase it. Will decrease enemy sanity, and this will increase it? Critical hits by your minions will decrease enemy sanity. Okay, so like, is the sanity starting off at full at 35? But if they crit, they'll get some of their sanity back. Okay. I got it. Oh no! Okay, so we have a total of 80 health, or vigor, if you will. Alright, let's see what kind of stuff we're working with here with the old Banshee. She can do it from any of the rows, and it moves her forward one. Okay. It's a stress attack. It deals 75%, or 14 to 16 stress damage. And it moves the target to a random position. So if we hit one of these guys. So the top one's going to be their health bar. The bottom one's going to be their stress bar. Okay, and then we have the Soprano. All enemies lose 4 attack for their next action. It does not stack. And it does deal 6 stress damage. Or 30% 6 stress damage to all. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Let's do that. Let's get hit them both. We debuffed them. We made them a little bit weaker. Why can't you free me? Why? Loss of sanity in combat can lead to various consequences. Insanity, a negative effect that weakens the enemy. Inspiration, a positive effect that strengthens the enemy. Alright. Death, receiving any amount of stress damage while at 0 sanity can lead to an instantaneous death. And of course, they will also flee from combat at low levels of sanity. Enemy on the outermost position of combat, so I guess the back row, has a chance to flee from combat. Cool. Oh, we done got debuffed too. He flashed us. I'm not sure I approve, but you know, it's fine. Alright. I don't know what I did there. I just clicked on him. That's not cool. Alright, I think I'm going to scream at this guy. So I'm gonna cue him. Alright, there we go. Some big old sanity damage. Now, she's in the front lines. I think... Nope, it's still can attack. Well, they have specific attacks that they can do, too, right? Alright, I think I can just take him down with Q. Or I can go S. So you choose what you want to do first, and then you click on them, and you'll actually do it. So we'll start... We'll do S on this one.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Man, our Skelly boy is getting whooped. Alright, so what is it that we're missing? We can't do it from the front row. Ah. And is there a way to switch positions? Or is it all based off of the skills that we have? I think it's all based off the skills that we have, so...
Your cries are music to me.
Alright, so we done messed him up. Betrayal has a 75% chance to attack an ally. That's a pretty nasty debuff. Doesn't really matter in his case, considering he doesn't have any allies. But he also may flee combat. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to S him down with our double strike attack, our smite. And nope, he's just going to attack us with a reckless abandon. But this might instantaneously kill him. Let's see. Oh, we... maybe gave him a heart attack. I'm not real sure what just happened there. All right, so we got our Banshee, little type of damage, and we got our Skelly boy who done got whooped up bad, and we have 0 experience for poor Aratus. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna claim all of these things. All right, and here we are. Create any 2 minions. So we're gonna click over here on creation, or you can press P. Creating minions. After gathering parts from his defeated foes, Aratus can add new minions to his army. Using parts of uncommon, rare, or legendary quality will increase the stats of the created minion. Makes sense. With time, Aratus can acquire new ways of creating minions, as well as various combat tactics. Good stuff. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of information with ability. Oh, I didn't realize we had all of that. And then upgrades, which doesn't look like we can do anything else. Alright, it looks like to start off with, all of these are all locked. And it looks like they tell you right away exactly what you need. Deal 5,000 damage to your own minions for a ghoul. Lure 5 dampires over to your side. Gather 120 bones. Debuff enemies 333 times. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Defeat any 3 bosses, slay. So a lot of stuff that we'll be able to eventually unlock. But right now we have the Skeleton, the Zombie, the Bride of Aratus, the Dark Knight, the Banshee, and the Wraith. Let's see what the Skelly boy has to offer. A fairly unimpressive warrior whose one standout characteristic is that their utter mediocrity. While they often make up the backbone, pun intended, of most undead armies, skeletons are so boring that they are never really acknowledged by the creators or, well, their enemies. That's kind of funny and sad. All right. So in the front two positions, physical attack, we know what that one does. If they're in the back two, physical attack, it does 50 as well, and it interrupts stances. I'm not sure what that means, but it'll move them up forward 3 spaces. So, okay. And then we have the Astounding Fortitude. It's a stance. It grants +6 armor and +6 resistance until next action. Enemies attack the skeleton more often. Okay. Then we have Embrace Mediocrity. A stress attack links the skeleton with the target. The skeleton loses 30% vigor. The target loses 30%, 15% for bosses of sanity. Ah, that's... Huh. And that's from the front 2 rows. Huh, that's interesting. We know about Smite. And then the Shield Banger is a front 3 rows. Stress attack does a whole bunch. And it costs 40 of our rage or whatever that stuff is. Alright, well we already have a Skelly Boy, so we're probably not going to make another Skelly Boy. No upgrades available right now. So we're going to go check out our Zambi. Before Aratus came along, zombies were considered a little more than fodder troop by the other necromancers. It took a true visionary to realize that a mindless mass of undead muscle can be used for more than simply bashing the heads of mortals. With a bit of technological assistance, these rotting hulks were turned into mobile artillery, capable of carrying and shooting cannons that would normally need several humans to
the honor of receiving my personal touch.
Operate. Well, that was creepy, man. Thanks for that. Alright, so these guys are essentially pew-pew, shooty, bad, bang, bang guys. They have a whole bunch of stuff. Front 2 rows, front 2 rows, front 2 rows, any row, back 2 rows. At the start of its next turn, the zombie attacks 4 times, each attack dealing 50% physical damage to a random enemy. Oh, that's interesting. And then Cannonball. It moves it back 1. Alright, that's neat. So we're definitely going to grab ourselves a Zambi, because the Zambis just seem cool. A design fashioned by the arch necromancer himself, the bride uses only the best part to raise a deadly archer with an unhealthy love for her creator. Okay. Sure. Said love is then channeled into a burning desire to shoot out the eyes of anything that might try to get close to the one she worships. Well, that's pretty aggressive. All right, back line, front line. I know I'm kind of shortening what we're doing here. This is a fire spell, so it looks like position 3 is real good for her. That's for the back line. There's a buff. +4 attack and 4 dread until the battle ends. Stress attack moves to the back. That's pretty good. It's a warning shot. And then Rose for a lady. Back 3, physical damage. Inflicts a critical hit. So it seems she can be really placed anywhere, but she seems to excel more on the back lines. Okay. Then we have the Dark Knight. It's Batman, guys. It's literally... No, it's not. A manifestation of living void contained in a vessel of knightly armor. These necromantic soldiers are often seen leading the armies of undead against civilizations of the mortals. Where they learn the skill to do battle and wage war is unknown, but all of them despise existence and seek to reduce everything to nothing. Front line, any line, front line, back line, and front line. Alright, so what are we doing here? Physical attack deals additional damage equal to 50% of the sum of the Dark Knight's armor and resistance. Okay. Stress attack deals additional 2 damage for each buff or debuff on the target. Okay. Dark Tithe support. Remove all debuffs from the Dark Knight. Aratus gains +8 mana. And then over here, Futile Hope's stance. Each time an enemy receives a buff, the Dark Knight deals some stress damage to it. Unfeeling Aggression. That's a way to move back to the front if we get knocked to the back lines.
Am I in the mood for terror or lethality today?
I'd say lethality would be what you're in the mood for, but lethality, sure, fine. Physical attack deals 100% damage to the chosen target and the enemy standing behind it. A critical hit will deal 200% damage. Well, that's interesting. Maybe we start him off in the third line, and then we just jump him immediately to the front. That's not a bad idea. And support, all enemies lose 12 vigor. Dark Knight recovers vigor in the amount of damage received by enemies. That's cool, too. Good way to keep him healthy, wealthy, and not dead. Alright, what else we got here? We got the Banshee. We already know a bit about the Banshee's skills. Let's see what we have for the information here. A Banshee draws her strength from one simple emotion, fear. In truth, a Banshee feels many times the fear felt by her victims. Okay. Had she the ability, she would run away from each battle in blind terror, but necromancers had long since employed additional bindings to keep that from happening. Well, that sounds awful. Alright, we're already aware of how Scream works. No stance. Whenever an enemy moves, the Banshee deals stress damage. Absorb fear. It'll move her back to the basically back line. Restores the target to full sanity. Gives Aratus mana equal to 30% of the restored sanity. Okay. Whale. Buff all minions get... Yeah, we know about that one. Soprano we know about. 6 Dread for the next action. Okay, sorry. I guess we didn't know that one. That's from the backline only. And then her Ultiramit. Magic attack deals 100% damage, which is apparently 1 to 2. But the target skips their next turn. Alright, okay, that's fine. And finally, the Wraith. Wow, that's a long thing. Alright. Despite the seemingly simplicity of this minion, its summoning has been prohibited by the Necromancer's Guild since the dawn of history. Not even Aratus remembers the reason for this decree, but there are many dark rumors surrounding this particular summoning. It is said that the very first Necromancer created this minion as a vessel for his rebirth, or that the soul that answers the Necromancer's call comes not from the afterlife, but from another, much more alien place. Nobody seemed to have had the courage to put these theories to test. Nobody seemed to have had the courage to put these theories to the test, or maybe those that did never survived the process. Still, the guild has been nothing but ruins for millennia. It is now up to Aratus to decide what to do with this knowledge. Alright, what is this guy? He sounds really cool. Also terrifying. Alright, it deals magic damage. Okay, and a decent amount there of frontline attack. Necrotic Wind, stress attack from the back line, and quite significant as well.
I know how to unlock the true potential of necromancy.
I believe you, man. I believe you. Remove all buffs from the target. The target loses 15 evasion for 1 turn. Okay. Ghostly Fire, Curse, deals 35%, we'll say 8 damage to the... stress damage, I guess, to the chosen target and the enemy behind it. That's for 2 turns. Okay, not bad. A buff, the Wraith gains 6 Dread until the end of battle. Okay, what these things are? Survival. I don't... Do we get, like... Oh, we get skill points. Oh, that's cool. Ghostly Veil, Trap, summons a Concealing Cloud for 2 rounds. Any minion within the cloud receives 25 invasion. Or evasion, not invasion. They might get 25 things to invade with, but I doubt it. Terror Wave. Stress attack deals a whole bunch. All opponents are randomly swapping their positions. Okay, so if I had to guess, which I don't, I want 3 things and I can only have 2. I'm going to make 3. I'm going to put the Dark Knight up in here. We're getting Batman. We're crafting this boy.
Inspiring leader.
I'll put you there. I'll put the Skelly boy up front. I want the Bride of Aratus. I'm going to fill you up. Craft you.
It's only for me.
I'm not ready to leave yet.
Crafted it that way.
I think I'm going to put her on the back line. I'm going to move her into a different group. Put the Bride on the back, and then we're going to get the Wraith. And I hope we have enough to make it. We do.
Why do I get this sinking feeling in
Okay.
my putrefied gut?
Cool. Putrefied gut. Sounds like a plan. So that took a big old chunk of time to kind of get through all the information. But we're going to the dungeon. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle. Great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. Well, they're about to have a bad day, because here we are, in the game proper. Alright, we're definitely going to be choosing this squad as our battle squad, and we're going to move up, and we're going to battle. It's going to be fine. Alright, some enemies possess unique features that either strengthen or weaken them. Study the features of your minions and your enemies so that you can fight more effectively. How do I, let's slaughter commands. How do I, oh, information. But I don't know anything about their abilities. That's interesting. Hunky. Okay, and then what's this guy? The Taskmaster. Well, we don't get to know much about what they got going on, but that's okay. What's our Skelly boy at? He's got 80 HP, 80, 60, and 70. You would expect this guy to have more. It's fine. Alright, so Skelly boy gets to come up and do some stuff, and I think he is going to do just the... We'll just do the basic attack here to start with. Alright, so we have her on the back. Chest piercer. What else we got? Stance. Whenever an enemy moves, deal some damage. I might do that one. Ooh, we can do the... this is until the battle ends, so you know what? I think that is actually going to be what we do. We're going to buff her up. So she's actually got more damage and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to take the first couple of hits here, right upside the noggin. My shift will kill me before you do. Yes, my lord. Alright, now what do we got? We got Cursed. We're going to deal some damage to Buddy. Buddy in the club's going to get whooped, I guess. Or we just do a magic attack. I think that's what I'm going to do. Target can't move during their next turn. Alright. Boop. Big old debuff and some nasty damage done. Okay, now this is where we get to jump forward and just smack him and his friend behind him. Hoping we get that critical strike. So we're going S, and we're going in. Bam! A double attack, and that should move us to the front line. They're still really angry about the skeleton existing. They're like, hey, man. Oh, see, he done got buffed. Alright. So we can smite, and we will. And we're going to smite this guy.
This is my
He's
kind
done.
of entertainment.
He is done. He done got whipped. Alright, so now... Now we can do a stress shot if we wanted to. Or physical attack shot. Yeah, let's just do chest piercer. Why not? Oh, man. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Oh, my goodness. That's a stress attack. That's a stress attack. We can't do a magic attack, huh? Alright, trap. Okay. I'll put him in the cloud. I probably should have put our boy in the cloud there, but that's okay. Heartless Slash. Chunk.
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Hey, man. That's not cool. Don't absorb his armor. What's he ever done to you? Oh, blocking. Okay. Alright, we get to learn all about armor, resistance, block, and ward. Armor. Received physical damage is decreased by the amount of armor that the target has. And then we have 2, resist. Receive magical damage is decreased. Okay, block. Expended to completely nullify the next physical attack. And ward. Expended to completely nullify the next magical or stress attack. Okay, those are the different symbols. Critical hits, ignore both. So he's still got 2. Okay. Okay. Alright. That's fine. I think I'm going to set him on fire. I'm going to set you ablaze, friend. We're trying to get through his wards and stuff. It's not that big of a deal. There's all the buffs from the target and he loses 15. You know what? Let's go for it. So... You would think that that would... It's fine. Alright, so we had something that was supposed to heal. It's this one, right? Yeah. Well, we don't have any of this yet. This hasn't come into play, so I guess we're just going to smack him. Our basic attack. Our Skelly boy's having a bad day so far. Oh, the bride just got slapped. That's not okay, man. She is not going to be happy about that. She's going to pierce your heart. And... I mean, I guess... Sure, we'll do the stress attack. It's going to lower his evasiveness. Not that he's been evading, mind you, but, you know, maybe. Alright. Let's go ahead and just slap him with some more physical damage. He's looking a little bit worse for the wear. Alright, well, it looks like the Skelly Boy gets to finish him. And you done, son.
As your suffering ends, your service begins.
After winning a battle, Aratus receives rewards. Architect's soul. Needed to construct and improve buildings. Oh, buildings, cool. Parts needed to craft minions. Artifacts can increase the power of your minions and Aratus himself. Brains used to quickly increase the level of minions. Cool, cool, cool. Additionally, minions that did not participate in the battle will restore a small amount of vigor. That's why we want to have like a large grouping of troopings. Alright, so we got a... What's that? The Scroll of Skullfall. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff. We got some experience there, too. Alright, looks like he just full healed us. I guess it's because it's part of the thing. We must equip Aratus with the acquired artifact. It's over here. There are 4 main types of artifacts: weapons, armor, rings, and amulets. You'll also encounter consumables, which such artifacts only apply for one battle, after which they are spent. Beginning of the game, Aratus receives 1 random artifact. Okay. Right here, we got the Scroll of Skullfall. Allows Aratus to use Skullfall in combat. Okay. Hello?
Fetching.
Fetching. Alright, to the dungeon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in the next episode, we shall jump in and do probably the... Does it matter? Oh, this is actually quite more elaborate than I thought it was going to be. Oh my goodness, how long is this tutorial? Holy crap. There's so much going on. Anyway, in the next episode, we're going to try our very best to hop in and do some of this here mission type stuff and see what we can get done. We'll probably go to the chest, and then maybe we come back to the thing and we can get more minions. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, if you guys want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, the publisher, any of that wonderful fun stuff, it'll all be down below in the description of the video, as it always is, and various links and things of that nature. The game is quite a bit of fun. Obviously, it's inspired by things like Darkest Dungeon, so if you like that, this should definitely at least pique your interest. You guys can maybe grab it for yourselves, try it out, see what you think. I find it to be, starting off it seems like it might be easier, but I found that as I started playing, I got destroyed real quick. So I'm hoping that now I'm a little bit better off and I'm not going to just get murdered almost immediately. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, folks, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until the very next episode, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.